Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Charyl, and I want to thank you for joining me today for this short little hamstring opening flow. Now, while the focus of this flow will be on opening and lengthening the hamstrings, we will also be doing a little bit of strengthening and engaging of the muscles. That way we can avoid proximal hamstring tendinopathy, more commonly known as yogi butt. It is unpleasant. So if you are very tight in the back body, it's a good idea to have a set of blocks nearby just in case you might need them. So without further ado, we will get straight into it. Come to lying on your back. So find a nice, comfortable position. We'll just take a moment here, a breath or two to ground. So you can have your feet flat on the mat if you'd like, or you can extend your legs out long. Just choose whatever version works for you. And then just take a cleansing breath. So inhale deeply into your belly, your diaphragm, and your chest. And then exhale, let it go. And pulling your right thigh in towards your belly, take your fingers and interlace them around the backs of your thigh, just hugging your leg close to your body. You have the option to leave your left foot flat on the floor, or you can extend that leg out long. If your leg is extended out long, engage that leg. So pull the toes up towards the sky, press to the heel, and engage the quad, the muscle in the front of your thigh. And then bring your awareness to your right leg that's pulled towards your chest, and then just start to extend and bend your leg. So just pointing the toes up towards the ceiling, and then bending your knee. And just a couple times, and take your mind to your hamstring. Notice what you're feeling. Notice if you're tight. And just observe how straight your knee can get at this point. It's just a starting point, and we're not judging. We're just observing where we are today. And then start to play with pointing and flexing of your foot. So pointing on the way up and then flexing on the way down. And we'll do that about 3 more times, just back and forth. And breathing and just noticing. And then the next time your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling, pause there and then really engage your lifted leg. So engage the quads to straighten your leg, and even pointing through the toes, and create tension here through the whole leg. And then start to pull your hands against your leg and press your leg into your hands and create tension here. And we'll take 3 big breaths as we push and pull. This is an isometric contraction, meaning we're engaging the muscles, but there's no movement. And keep breathing with each round of breath. Increase the intensity of how hard you push and pull, and push and pull. And ramp it up to your max for today, and then use your next exhale to release all of the tension. Keep your legs straight and just see if maybe you can convince your thigh and that whole leg to come a little bit closer to your body. Good. Pause here in the full stretch that you're able to get, and take the breath. And slowly start to release your leg, and then bend your knee, return your foot to the floor, and then switch. So pull your left thigh towards your belly with your knee bent, interlace your fingers behind the back of your left thigh, and then the options are the same for the right leg. So you can keep the sole of the foot on the floor, or you can extend that leg out long and activate the leg. Bring your awareness back to that left leg, and then just playing with bending and flexing your knee. Once again, checking in, just noticing where you are. Are your hamstrings feeling tight today, or are they open? Sometimes what we did the day before, or even the day before that, can make a difference. So every day is different. Don't go into your practice with a spirit of expectation. Sometimes you'll be surprised. Good. And then start playing with pointing and flexing of the foot. So pointing on the way up, flexing on the way down, just back and forth. About 3 times, staying with your breath. And then the next time your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling, pause there. Engage that leg, shooting straight out of the socket like an arrow. And then start your push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Driving that leg into your hand as you pull your hand against your leg. Breathing, use each round of breath to increase how intensely you push and pull, ramping up with each exhale. Good. One last time. And then release, and just see if maybe you can convince that leg to come a little bit closer. Find your edge that you're able to get to in this moment, and then just take the breath and let it go. Good. Slowly release that leg forward and then bend your knee and set it back down. And just take a moment. Pull both feet flat on the ground. And then just take a moment to notice any difference from the beginning when we started and where we are now. If you feel anything different, you might not, but maybe you do. Pull both thighs towards your chest, arms around the backs of your thighs, and then simply roll up to a seat. Keeping your feet still on the floor, take them about the distance of your mat. So think more of a V than a really wide shape. Wherever you are though, sit up nice and straight. So stack your shoulders over your hips. If your low back is rounding, you can sit on a block or on a blanket to elevate your hips to give you more space to work with. Send your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Your toes are pointing up towards the sky. As you inhale, find length in your side body. And then as you exhale, start to fold forward, reaching your arms through your legs towards the top of your mat. And then pause for a moment and check in with your legs. Notice if you've let them flop open. Engage those muscles on your inner thighs. Those are called your adductors. And just hug them in towards the middle so that your toes are still pointing straight up. Nice. And then rise back up, arms reaching up and overhead. And then walk your heels out about halfway. So we're not coming totally straight, just a little bit straighter. And then lengthen up one more time. Exhale, keep the legs engaged as you fold forward once again, reaching towards the top of your mat. Keep the spine nice and flat, so try not to round. So your fold might not be as deep as you want it to be, and that's okay. Keep the engagement in those inner thighs and then rise back up once again. Good. This time take your leg as straight as it's willing to be in this moment, making sure that you're still stacking your shoulders over your hips, engaging the quads. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward once more. Good. Once you've hit your bottom, once you've arrived, pulse forward, reach towards the top for 3, 2, 1, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Release your hands down towards the floor and then just walk yourself back up to a seat. Pause here. Check in with your hamstrings, check in with your legs and your low back and just notice what's going on. Cross your ankles in front of you, shift forward, come to a tabletop position, stack your shoulders over your wrists, stack your hips over your knees. Hands, shoulders distance apart, knees, hips distance apart. Take a breath, reset, hug the arms in, get nice and solid and stable. Good. When you're ready, send that right leg straight back behind you. Toes, knees, and hips are all squaring to the floor. Press through that back heel. Good. Roll through the sole of the foot, the ball of the foot, and then point your toes towards the back of your mat. And then keep everything nice and still. Draw your belly in, that doesn't move, but lift your leg as high as it's willing to go. Good. And then lower it back to that neutral parallel hip, and then pull your leg up once more. Squeeze your glute. Good. Come back to that neutral and then lift it one more time. Nice. Come back to a neutral 3-legged tabletop. And on your next exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Spread your shoulder blades apart. And then step your foot in between your hands. Take your time as you rise up. Find Anjaneyasana low lunge. Stack the shoulders over the back hip. Go ahead and tuck your back toes and just notice if you're just hanging out in the shape, squeeze your legs towards the middle. We're going to focus on this back leg now. Now, this is a balance challenge, so you can lower your hands down to the floor or even possibly blocks. I'll show you the first time with blocks, or you can keep your arms straight up and overhead. From here, keep your spine nice and straight and simply lift the back knee. So you're coming into a high runner's lunge, and then lower your back knee and pull your back heel towards your back glute, and then lower your foot back down. You can have your hands down supported, maybe your hands release down towards the ground, and then do it again. Lift the knee, lower the knee, pull your heel towards your glute. Lower it down. If you like the option of the balance challenge with the arms reaching up, you can do it again. Lift the knee. Whatever version you've chosen, we're doing 3 rounds. Lower the knee and then pull your heel towards your glute. Set it back down And then if your arms are lifted, return them back down to the floor and then set. Or take that right leg back, come back to a tabletop. Pause and reset. Hug the arms in, draw the belly in. Nice, strong, stable table. And just check in with your body. What are you feeling? If anything is shifting. When you're ready, send your left leg straight back behind you. Square the hip, engage the thing. So press through that back heel as you keep the leg nice and straight. Roll through the sole of the foot, come to pointing your toes towards the back of your mat. And then lift that leg up as high as it's willing to go without dumping into your low back. Good, bring it back to neutral. And then do it again, lift, 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 lift. Come back to neutral. One more time, lift, 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 lift. Squeeze that glute. Come back to neutral. And then pull your knee toward your nose, spread your shoulder blades apart, step your foot in between your hands, come to that low runner's lunge. Choose the version you want to work with. You can rise up, square the hips, engage the legs, tuck the back toes. You can have your arms down, supported, or arms up and overhead. As you lift the knee, extend, press to that back heel, lower it down, and then pull your heel towards your glute. And then 2 more times, lower the foot, lift your knee. Good. Lower your knee and pull. And just notice, see if you can keep your hips nice and low. Last time as you lift the knee, really engage that back glute, really press to that back heel, lower it down, pull the heel. Good. Lower the foot. If your arms are lifted, hinge forward. If you're on block, set them off to the side, and then set that front foot back. Come back to tabletop. Pause here, reset, hug the arms in, draw the belly in, nice long spine. If your toes are not already tucked, go ahead and tuck them, lift your knees to hover, and then send your hips back and up as we arrive to our first downward facing dog. And then, take a breath or two to get yourself set. So if you like to wiggle or walk, go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, find stillness, heels reaching down, hips lifting up. Push the ground away. No tension in your neck. Let it go. Yeah, lift your heels, take your gaze forward, and let's play with a bunch of teeny tiny steps. So just taking some steps, we're going to play with seeing how close we can get our toes to our hands. And again, we're not expecting anything. We're just exploring, working on some compression. Just see, just play. And then once you've found how close you can get, just make your way to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Now, if your back is rounding and this is hard, this is where you grab those blocks. Set them up under your shoulders. You decide the height. You can have it on the tall, medium, or low. If you need blocks, so be here for a moment. Just play here for a moment. Breathe. Exhale. No forcing or rushing. Everybody is different, and your pace and your opening is different. So if you don't need the blocks, you don't have to use them. You can have your hands down. Maybe you can TP your fingers. Maybe possibly your hands can be flat. Maybe you're advanced enough or you're open enough where you want to stand on a block. So there's always somewhere to go or go back to if you want to work on getting it even deeper, getting your hands flat while standing on a block. We're still working and breathing. Don't force it. Use the breath. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Good. One more breath wherever you are. And then come to a halfway lift. If you're standing on a block, come off of it. And then even if you have your blocks, just set them off to the side. Plant your hands down and then just walk your feet back. Come back to that downward facing dog. Check in with this down dog and really notice if you do feel anything different between the first round and this round. Push the ground away and just maybe notice if your heels come a little bit closer or if your knees get a little bit straighter. And from here, lift your heels, bend your knees, set your shins back down on the ground, and then simply walk your hands back and come to sitting on your heels. Hands in your lap. Stack the shoulders over your hips. And take a nice cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. And there you have it. There is your short little hamstring opening flow. I hope it was good for you. It was great for me. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. If you enjoy flowing with me, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first one to know when I release a new class. For access to my full library of pose tutorials and continuously growing full-length classes, subscribe to Phoenix Fitness Yoga on Demand. Just click the link in the description to learn more. Namaste.